What's good, y'all? Welcome back. It's your boy D-Dog coming to you guys with another podcast. And I told you guys last week that we're going to be starting the idea of change, and we're going to talk about it, kind of make it a series so we can really go in depth with this topic. Now, before we get into this awesome podcast, make sure you guys go down, like, comment, and subscribe. Drop any topics you want me to talk about, and drop some words of encouragement down there for the people who are out there listening. So trying to make this a community fan base, full of positivity and encouragement. But before we begin, I do want to express my gratitude again for the people guys who have been helping me out, really supporting me, and also giving me words of encouragement and motivation so that I can get on here and do what I can do so I can spread the joy for you guys. Also, I've made my first shirts, trying to get my own merch started. So if you guys do want to buy a shirt, I'm taking orders. I got a couple people who want some shirts. But drop a comment, let me know, hit me up directly. I'll drop my social media, and I'm going to give you guys a discounted price. So all you're paying, guys, is just $20 for a shirt. Just $20. It's an awesome shirt. I'll leave the picture up there so you guys can look at it. If you want any specific design, any different color, let me know, and I got you, and I'll work with you. Now let's get into this idea of change. What's going on, guys? It's your boy D-Doc, and we're back again with another one. So the idea of change is an idea that it's an idea that we need to have in our heads always, because during this life, it takes a turn for the worse, and we're always afraid to step out of our bubble, the safe zone, because we don't want to take that chance or take that risk, see the outcome of something that we've never done before. But the idea of change is something that always needs to be in our minds, because we fear the idea of change because we don't know the outcome of why, because we don't know why. We don't know why we're doing this. Why should we do it? Give me a great reason to do this. Like, what I mean? Like, say somebody came up to you and was like, hey man, look, I got this awesome opportunity for you to make some great money. All you got to do right now is quit your job, pay me such, blah, 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 and I can get you on the road to success. Yeah, that sounds very sketchy, but what happens if, hey, you pass it on to a buddy of yours, your buddy of yours does it, and then he comes back to you about a few months later and say, hey man, I'm making $200,000 a month. How come you ain't done this yet? And it's because, why? You were scared of the idea of change, because you were afraid to take that first step into change. And now look at you, now you're stuck in the same position. Why do we fear change? Why? I think I touched on this already. It's because we don't know the outcome. Why? Because we like to stay in our own bubble, staying in our own lane. Now, what I'm getting at is, you guys ever been in traffic, or when you sit in traffic, you notice whatever lane you're in, there's always one lane that continuously to prosper and continuously moves throughout the duration of traffic. Now, we all seen the cars that are so antsy to get going and to get behind another car. So when they leave behind the spot they're in and they cut another car off, they get into that lane that's moving, and that's, moving forward, a lot further along than the other cars, the other lanes, then you're going to want to do the same thing. But, you might be a little scared because, you don't want to take that chance of you just cutting out, and then you hit another car, or another car hits you, and bam, now you make the situation worse. But just as you see that, we want to move further along, but we do that because we know the outcome. If we change lanes, then that means, hey, we're going to be a lot further along in life, in traffic. Excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll be a lot further along in traffic when we get closer to our destination. So if we take that same concept and we apply it to our lives, then hey, maybe we can start prospering and moving forward a lot further in life if we just take this change. Now, I'm gonna relate this whole traffic thing to the people you hang around. Now, if your friends see that you're in a lane that you're not moving, or you're just staying in the same spot in life, you know what I mean? They're not going to want to stick with you. Whatever you got going on, if you got a family issue, financial trouble, whatever, make sure you hang around the people that's always going to have your back. If you're stuck and you can't get a ride, you don't have a job or anything, and your friends see that and they're not helping you, they're not your real friends. You know what I mean? They're going to want to stay in the lane that's always moving and always, progressing, which is nothing wrong with that. But you know what I mean? At the same time as they're your friends, they're supposed to be there for you. They're supposed to help you. They're supposed to always want to, do something to help you out, help you prosper with them. in the same, in this, well, in the same rules apply. If you see your friend struggling, you switch lanes, you know what I mean? How great of a friend are you? But the idea of change, what I'm getting at is, hey, when you prosper, they should prosper, because they're the ones who are helping you out, helping you, become successful. And it's the same thing when you start to prosper in that lane you were in, that starts to move, that you stuck with, and it starts to make a change, and it starts to move a lot further along than the other ones, then your friends are going to want to switch behind, or whatever you're doing is going to want to switch behind, or get behind you and switch lanes and stay behind you, because they see the great things that you're doing, and they see the outcome that is given for them. I think this whole, got my little words mixed up here, but I think, hey, stay in the lane that you're in now. You know what I mean? Don't switch lanes because you see another lane moving faster. If you already made that step of the change, stay on it and stick with it. You know what I mean? But don't be afraid, you know what I mean, if you feel like it's not working, to take a change of direction, take a change of course, and put yourself on a better path. Now this year, I'm staying big on my resolutions. You know what I mean? Well, I take that back. I don't believe in resolutions. I just believe in progressing each and every day. Because I feel if you progress each and every day, you don't have to worry about waiting for a new year, because I feel like people, when they say new year, new me, they feel like, hey, I'm going to start at the beginning of the year. If I mess up, then I got to wait till next year to get a clean slate. It just shouldn't work like that. Throughout the year, you should want to prosper regardless. You should want to see progress throughout your life. Whether at the end of the year, I always evaluate myself. I say, hey, what did I do this year? Did I progress forward or did I progress backwards? That's how I take it. When we know it's something that's going to work, and we know all we got to do is just one step, then we know, hey, we're going to do it. But when it comes to the change, we don't know if it's going to work. We hesitate, and we stay in our own little lane because we don't want to lose the progress that we made so far. So why is there a fear of change? Because of the lack of reward. You know what I mean? The lack of reward, the lack of our status, the lack of our progress, all the things we have acquired such far. So, but I think whether you win or whether you lose, whether you progress forward or progress backwards, there's always something to learn from it. There's always something, because when I say either you're going to take a W or you're going to take an L, an L does not mean loss. An L means a lesson to be learned. From every failure, there is a loss. For every failure, there is no loss. There's only a lesson, because I believe the mistake that you made is only putting you on a path of direction that's going to precede you to take a path of successfulness and lead you on that path. And others are going to see that, and it's going to shine upon you, and others are going to want to follow you because you took that step. You weren't afraid of the change, and you weren't afraid of losing whatever you had, because that none of that stuff matters, as long as from every outcome, from every change that you experience, you always take a lesson from it. You always milk that cow dry before you move on to the next one, because you don't want to, you don't want to leave anything in there. You know what I mean? From a job, you want to take everything from that job, whether it was McDonald's, just flipping burgers, knowing how to clean a grill, knowing how to properly make a sandwich, or even working from a corporate job, even knowing the numbers, knowing the ins and outs of businesses, you always want to take something from it, because that's going to help you in your next phase of life. It's going to help you help others. Now, having that being said, next, what we're going to talk about next week is how can we apply the fear of change and make it into our own motivation? How can we take the fear of change and make it and turn it into motivation? That's going to be an interesting topic. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the next one. Thank you guys for listening and supporting me, and always supporting your boy. Thanks for the motivation, the words, and again, expressing the gratitude. Make sure if you want to get you a shirt, make sure you go down, drop me a comment. My social media will be in the links. I will respond because I have no life, JK. But make sure you guys remember the motto: live on, love God, loyalty. It's your boy, D-Dog, out.